Welcome back to an episode of Careful Boys, where we discuss who is the most fraudulent person you've ever known.
Fraudulent?
The biggest fraud of your life that you've ever met.
Ooh, fraud.
A person that is so fake
Oh, well.
that you'll never forget them for this.
We one time had a doctor on the show that was pretty fraudulent.
Oh yeah, the fans know about that.
Yeah.
Fake doctor?
Pretty fake. That's a pretty big fraud.
That was a pretty big move on him.
You guys had a fake doctor?
Yeah, he was a fake doctor.
What was he a doctor in?
Fakeness.
General practitioner?
Yeah, he said he was a doctor at, I don't know, like
Seems like a
UCLA or
neurosurgeon
something.
or something.
But his lies were so crazy. It was just like, I was just like, ooh, tell me more.
And he cried in here. He was like telling us about like how he's changing lives and saving
What a
lives.
psycho, dude.
It was wild, bro.
But it was a long con too, because we met him where we used to get our haircuts, and we would see him there. So it's like over like a year, and you would always see him in scrubs. You see,
He'd always wear a stethoscope.
see him like exactly, and you see his like
People's going crazy.
Yeah, he's wearing like scrubs. He would walk into.
I gotta get back. Looks like another ambulance got dispatched.
He's like, Bart, you gotta take care of that cough, man. Doesn't sound good. He would
you see his hospital badge and all that. So you see like for a year.
And then he even tweeted Bart like ages ago, like, oh, you know, JK inspired me to actually like follow my dreams. Now I'm a doctor now, and then like we found that tweet like ages ago, and then I was like, oh, same guy.
By the way, he had all the in here wet, dude. They were, oh my god, you had to lay a towel down around their chairs. Because he was talking about how he does multiple jobs, multiple degrees, and like that. Gio's ready to suck his dick immediately as soon as he starts saying all that shit.
Wait, that's for real? The girls were like, they were buying into it really hard.
Oh my god, dude. All they had to do, someone had to do was just touch it and they would have come. That's how close they were.
None of the girls felt like there was a weirdness about it. They
were eating it up, hand over fist.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Well, then when did you guys find out exactly?
Pretty quickly. Like after
there?
the first
Like he
round
was in the room?
No. After the first round of videos came out, and then Joe was telling me how weird it was because he went to hang out with him afterward, and he was like, "This guy's fucking weird."
How did it get?
I had a weird feeling, so I wanted to have dinner with him. So I'm kind of like that.
Go on a date.
Oh, Joe likes that. Like people watching.
I was at a cigar shop the other day, and there was a guy talking about his like, he's basically stolen valor. Like I started pressing him, and then me and my buddies just smoking cigars, and the whole time afterwards I got out, I was like, dude, that guy was fucking a compulsive liar. And he goes, then why did you want to keep talking to him? And I'm like,
It's fun.
So fun.
Fascinating.
I love to see how far people will go if you let them, right? Because I don't stop them. And then if you call them out too early, you can't really see what type of person they are. So I have a lot of fun to see, like, if I make them believe that I believe, then how much will they go?
Yeah.
And then so I did slip a little bit though, because he showed me his doctor degree that he had in his living room, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
You ended up going to his house?
Yeah, I went to his house. Yeah, then I met his family and everything. And
Were you like wearing his like t-shirt afterwards,
Yeah,
like
we
the
were
next
fucking
the
pretty
next
hard.
morning?
Wait, my family?
That was the next morning.
He had a wife and kids?
No. He lived with his dad, and then he had a story about how like, oh, you know, I'm just moving back into my house because I'm like, oh, you're a surgeon, yeah, but I'm moving back in here to help my family, you know, because everything is like, oh, I just need to help them.
Yep.
So like, yeah,
everything is like, I am the best
I'm
guy
the best
ever.
person. And then so we're in his living room, and then like he has his degree, and then I'm like, oh, that's cool. So you got your degree here. He wanted to show it to me, and he goes, see, you know, I am a doctor. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I mean, I could have printed that out too and put it on the wall, but yeah, you did a fucking good job. And his face went blank. I was like, fuck, dude, I shouldn't. Why did I do that?
Yeah,
you know?
you jabbed him too hard.
Yeah. I could have just kept it to myself. And then we talked some more, and then afterwards, it was one of our editors has a friend, a mutual friend. When the video started coming out, they're like, yo, that guy's a fucking liar, dog. Like we all know this. Like, we all went to school with him. This fool, he really believes it. Like, he thinks like, so he's not like he doesn't, I don't think he knows he's being fraudulent. I think he's just so into his lie that he's kind of unstable and he believes it.
Like schizophrenia?
Like he could pass a lie detector test because
He convinced himself of his
He was
lie.
so emotional in here. It was like, why?
That is schizophrenia, right?
Maybe, but
Yeah, I would classify that as some kind of mental.
But
if
there's-
he has a
there's no
different
scam.
reality. That's crazy.
Yeah.
that's
no scam.
that's the
That's
thing
true.
is he just wants people to believe.
Yeah.
So it's stolen medical value.
Yeah, and then I ran a background check. I just double checked everything, and then I was just like, yeah. And then I went on the website that he claimed he was a part of the hospital. They have the whole faculty. They have all the surgeons' names. He's not on there. And
That's a
then
big red flag.
He did go to college, but not the college that he went to. It was just like UCI or one of those. And then I mean, everything is. People don't know how easy it is to just. Everything's open source, right? And then a funny thing is on one of his pictures, I saw his lab coat, and I was looking at it, and then I was like, wait a minute. I went on the USC website, and their lab coat embroidery is completely different.
It doesn't have a Party City logo right there.
Yeah.
That was a big tell. After that, we kind of knew we had it. We weren't sure yet.
They usually take off the cintas.
I know. And it's usually made out of cotton, not plastic. You know what I mean? No, but it was. I was like, this motherfucker went as far as to embroider his lab coat from somewhere else to really live up that life.
Wow.
So like some people like, I mean that's crazy, man.
Because like I understand for him to do that to like be on here and be platformed and say something, but when it's not JK, where is he doing
I think
that?
he's getting laid with it. I really genuinely think so. Like that.
Do you think that's for the ladies?
I think it's for whatever he wants in life. So
I
it
think
applies
it's-
to all of it.
He likes. I think he likes playing that role because people go wow.
Exactly.
And then well, I don't know if it's been getting laid, but like I think people go, wow, like that's good for you. You know?
Yeah, but I think it helps with all things, right? What does it hurt, right? Like,
Was he at least like cool looking, where you would be like, oh, he looks like a?
I don't know what a doctor looks like because doctors look sometimes like total shit show.
I mean, he was a fit square. Like he was just he looked like a fit nerd. Like he was working out, whatever. But I mean, he was. I don't know. Like he had these grandiose like moments where he's like, yeah, I'm gonna be the mayor of LA, and I'm like, I believe you. He goes, you're gonna watch me. I'm gonna make you proud. I'm gonna be the mayor of LA. And then he showed me like all of his investments, which by the way, like you could put any number in. It's like when FDA like you just put in your own ledger.
It's like making fake.
So he goes, look at my Tesla stock. I'm like, wow, you're a multimillionaire. And then I'm like, that's so crazy. And then so like, I just remember like thinking, damn, like, well, I didn't feel unsafe. I just thought it was an interesting person, you know?
Yeah, weird.
Like, yeah, he's just nuts.
it was bizarre, but I'm so glad that it happened because it was just so interesting. Like genuinely,
Yeah.
just such an interesting thing that happened.
Yeah. I just think he really wanted to impress people, and that was his con. It was a harmless con, but how far you go to living this double life to pretend, shit.
At least he has a clear thesis about it. Like
Yeah.
he's just trying to be doctor. He's not like those compulsive liars that just be saying random shit.
But I actually think a lot of people like pretending to be doctors. I had an Uber driver the other day, and his
Did you be a doctor just driving Uber?
he's a doctor Uber driver because his name was like Doctor something, and then like as soon
On
as
the
I-
thing?
on the thing, I was like, that's funny. Like who says doctor in their name like that they put in? Like he spelt it out, doctor.
Wow.
Not DR. Like fucking doctor for the first name. So I was like, that's fucking weird. Yeah, he was like Filipino or something.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Maybe that was his parents' wish so bad.
Doctor.
Maybe that's his real first name.
He's like, look, I am a doctor.
Doctor.
Yeah, and then I didn't
Dr.
really pay
Batista.
attention. I just thought that was funny. But like as soon as I got in the car, and then as soon as he started asking me, so what do you do? I was like thinking, I bet you this fool kind of wants to tell me what he does.
Yeah. He's like fishing.
Yeah. And then like, oh yeah, he goes, oh, it must be good money, you know. I don't usually Uber. I'm a doctor. And I was like, oh, here it fucking
Here it
comes.
comes.
You know? And I wasn't just in the mood to like press at that moment, but I was thinking, so many people like don't want to be themselves.
Yeah.
So they create this like, yeah. But I didn't think he was a fraud. I just think like, yeah, a lot of people, I think doctor is one of the things they want to be.
Yeah.
I mean, it does come with such like esteem.
You get mad points if you're a doctor.
Nobody's ever like embarrassed to say they're a doctor.
But I'm like, bro, you just write prescription though.
At the hospital, if you're a doctor, they'll suck you off, dude.
Yeah.
They'll give you anything to fuck you.
Yeah, the nurses love you. The techs love you.
I guess it's like, what kind of doctor are you? But yeah.
Why don't they just go to school?
Are those
His brain can't wrap. He's like, why don't you just...
Yeah, why? It's
If you want it that bad. Like,
because I mean, what is it like 4 years?
Because it's not like you're like royalty. You have to be born with the blood. It's something you can do.
Yeah, that's like me
want
saying
it.
I'm a plumber, but like I never learned how to plumb shit.
Yeah,
like,
go get your license if that's what you really want.
I mean, it's hard as fuck though, right?
hard as fuck,
So like,
yeah.
imagine like.
But you're
being
already
able
going
to-
through the process of acting like a doctor, which is probably way harder than actually going to medical school.
I mean, is
like
the-
living this lie, like dude, that's fucked up. And at the end, you don't have anything to show for it. That's a bummer. Bro.
You got a degree on your wall, baby.
That's
is the
true.
school-
But apparently, someone just printed it out.
I'm just saying, like, if I had all the perks of being like a sergeant, you know, in the military, but I just didn't have to risk my life or go to boot camp.
But what's the perks of being a doctor if you're driving Uber anyways?
No. If you're getting like eating the discounts and shit, like you're going to concerts, getting discounts.
There were people just treat me better in life.
I think that might be enough for a lot of those people.
How? How is he getting treated better? He's still driving Uber.
Well, I mean, for
no, like when people give them the reaction of, wow, that's all people want.
or if all I gotta do is just live this lie and embroider my lab coat or my whatever, and then if I get a haircut next to Bart and Joe, and then now I get to be on a YouTube show, like
Like I
that's-
won the jackpot. Kind
That's
of.
pretty crazy.
That's back to back.
You know what I mean? Like you're getting a random perk. If I go so far as to print out a diploma or a license or a degree, then I might as well also like go get my military ID faked and license plate random shit, and then go get like free parking and perks and discounts everywhere. Like
I'm sold. Stop selling me.
What would make me feel that good? So that I would be down on person.
I think it's like this. It's like, let's say you want to meet Joe Rogan, right? But then like you're just a normal person. But if you said, hey, I'm like a Navy SEAL that's like done like 50 tours or whatever, and he goes, oh, your story's interesting. Let's have lunch. Right? And then so it gets you access to people that feel like you're an interesting person.
Oh, that I want to rub shoulders with.
And then when you're at lunch with Joe Rogan, you're kind of like sensing that his attention's drifting. So you're like, I killed an alien.
He's like, no way.
Oh, wait, what? You have my attention.
There's this new drug.
You want to do 3 hours tomorrow?
It's definitely going to be people that really don't have anything else that they truly like about themselves, I feel like.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it's sad.
Super tough.
Because the people that would want to rub shoulders with it, I would have to say, I'm a billionaire. And see if they believe me.
That's what billionaires would say, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's why I still drive a Toyota, but
ironically though,
my family out.
Big fan of Toyota.
the fake it till you make it scene when it comes to things like finances, if you can fake it enough to rub shoulders with those people, then you might be given opportunities to become that type of person.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know people like that.
Nah, it sounds like bullshit.
All right, fine.
You know someone like that?
Yeah, I knew a guy that doesn't know anything about like the job that he wanted to go for, and then he got the job, and then he was asking me for help, and I'm like, what? Okay, so I was like, so basically he was underqualified for this job, and I think it was like, I don't know what the exact title was, but basically I'm gonna try to keep it pretty brief, but just watching him go through like the mistakes and everything, I'm like, oh bro, you're like learning everything the hard way right now. And then after that I just kind of like stepped away from him because it was just too much to like be a part of, that I didn't want to be like work with this guy at all.
What kind of job
Because
was it?
It was just like social media, like
Okay.
something really simple.
Because you know, a lot of people do that. Like people lie on their job resume or whatever. They get in and then they learn it when they're in. And I think that's pretty common. But like sometimes there's certain jobs where you actually need, like being an engineer. Like you can't fucking fake that shit.
You might be able to. Who knows?
But a social media manager,
You could fake that.
you must really fucking suck at life if you can't figure that out.
Dude, yeah.
That just means you don't do work, period.
Yeah, you don't even try.
You're just stupid.
Yeah.
That doctor, those videos, are they like unlisted on the channel still?
I don't know.
I can't.
I want to see what he looks like because I wasn't here.
I don't think it goes that far back.
We had to private, just in general from that era, a lot of videos because of how like
I don't even remember his
back
name.
then we couldn't say a lot of the same I mean, we said a lot of the shit that we can't today. We get flagged, right?
But maybe now it's kind of gone back the other way. Maybe we could
So the-
Whoa, the idea of like seeing this guy and then knowing now that he's a compulsive liar about it, it's really
Do
interesting.
you remember him? Have you seen him before?
I've seen the thumbnail.
It makes the videos pretty interesting, I bet, to rewatch.
Honestly, The Office is so much nicer now.
Yeah, right?
You're like, holy shit, dude. The Office is really nice.
That was my idea to make The Office look better.
I'm glad you did that.
Thank you.
Thanks for putting it together. Credit to you.
I've seen
For a long time.
I've seen a guy that my friend employed that stolen valor. I don't know why, but he would say like he was a part of like a secret department. You remember this guy?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys have talked about him before.
Yeah, and then he was like,
He's probably one of the biggest frauds actually I've ever met.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about him.
yeah.
I love all that.
But
He's like Delta Ops and shit.
but when I think of fraud, like I think there's the frauds that's like I just want people to believe I'm this person I'm not. But then there's like a full-on fraud that are like con artists and shit like that. And that I've had family members get fooled by them and like
Magicians.
those people are dangerous. Yeah.
Magicians do that to everybody.
Now you
Dude,
see it, now you
magicians
don't.
are
Yep.
the biggest frauds.
Biggest
There
frauds
you go.
ever. That's what I'm saying.
Savio.
I know. You're like, I trusted you, and then you
Yeah.
fucking pulled a pigeon out of your ass.
Right.
Because that makes them untrustworthy now.
Exactly.
I thought I knew you, and then you had a dove, and it turned into two.
That's what I love about Penn and Teller is they're like magicians are frauds.
I love it. I love
It's the best angle.
so funny about
It's so
that, yeah.
funny.
They're whistleblowers.
Yeah.
I have a family member who got frauded hard fucking core. So he had a friend for 20 years, and this friend was claiming that they owned a chain of subways, and they were fucking like super successful, all this stuff, so he can run and manage a shop. And then somehow he got him and a couple of my other family members to get involved in a chain, like kind of like this new Tex-Mex idea, and they're gonna bring it to the West Coast.
The chain of subways was real though, right? Or no?
I don't know.
Oh,
so I have no idea, but he saw his numbers and the money that he was making. That's what gave him like, oh okay, like early on in their friendship. And then they would golf and whatever. And then so basically they opened up this place in Irvine, and they got it running, and the city of Irvine was like, yo, you guys haven't fucking paid rent. We're coming after you. And he goes, what are you talking about? And so he looked into the account, and the partner was supposed to run everything, do that. He never paid the employees. He didn't put his share in. He did, like a lot of shit was like all gone, all fucked up. And then find out that also he had the construction people on the take. So the construction people with him siphoned money through all the whole stuff too. Yeah. They kept saying we had to make repairs, whatever. And so the investors had to come in, put money in, but they were just siphoning the money out. Yeah.
Yikes.
Oofy doofy for sure.
Yeah. And then my family members are like they're just straight up people. Like when they do deals with people, it's just let's shake hands and then that's it. And that's how it's cause like their circle is like all good. So when you have a good circle,
That makes sense.
you don't think that someone that you've known for 20 years can do shit like that to you, right?
Yeah. It's
So
not
I
even
think-
being naive. You're just like being trustful, or you feel like they're trustworthy.
And then they all, do business in like a high level. So I think they don't really think about how severe someone can screw you.
Yeah, that's true. Damn.
That's like leaving your house in a nice neighborhood and not locking your door because you trust your neighbors.